Alright, so for today's superpower I will be discussing is teleportation. And depending on the rules of how this superpower works, it can be probably the most overpowered superpower ever. And what I'm trying to explain for like the rules of a teleportation power is there's many different kinds of teleportation powers. You might have the power where you can only teleport yourself and not your clothing or anything else. And then maybe slightly better would be you can teleport yourself and like a little bit of the area around you so that like it can also get your clothing. And then there's like the superpower where you can teleport yourself and your clothing and maybe whatever else you're touching at the moment. And then even better would be like all of that, and then like so like you can teleport yourself, you can teleport your clothing, whatever you're touching, and then maybe if you can see something, you can teleport that thing. And then even better, obviously, would be all that, and then maybe you could even teleport something that you can't see. So like if you know your car keys are in the other room, you could teleport that to yourself, even though you're not touching it and you can't see it. So that's way better. But then there's even like ways that you can like cheat or get around the rules. So let's say you can only teleport yourself and something you're touching. Well, just teleport yourself to the thing that you want to get. So let's say you want to get your coffee mug, which is across the room. You can't teleport the coffee mug to you, but why not just teleport yourself to the coffee mug and touch it and then teleport yourself back? Then you have the coffee mug and it like circumvents all that. Um, there's other like ways that you could have different versions of teleportation where like let's say you can teleport like the top of something off and then teleport it back on. Um, where like often sometimes rules are that like you can only teleport entireties of objects, which is also sometimes difficult to determine. Like if I touch the ground, am I going to teleport the entire world, or is it just going to be like the small piece of the floorboard that I'm touching? It's like lots of powers obviously will have difficulties in sort of determining like the rules of it because they can be incredibly vague. So one of the ways that you can be super overpowered using teleportation, I mean, let's say in the terms of like a battle, I guess I don't know, maybe like fighting someone is obviously if let's say your limitations for your teleportation is that you can see the thing. Well, obviously you can teleport someone to the sun if you want to defeat this person. That's super duper easy. Okay, let's say you can only teleport something that you're touching. Teleport yourself to the person, touch them, teleport them to the sun. Um, obviously, one of the rules might be the location that you teleport to something to. You also have to be able to see. So, like, you can't teleport something to the sun if you can't see the sun. Which I guess maybe if you're outdoors, you could like look out into space and see the sun. You're like, look, the sun's really big in the sky. I can see it, and teleport to them. So that might not be too bad. But like everything obviously depends on the rules of your superpower. It could be like I can only use it a certain amount of times a day, or the further I teleport something, or the larger the thing is, the more it exerts myself, let's say. And after you've teleported in a certain amount of times or a certain distance, you can't teleport until you like regain your stamina or whatever. So like that could also be a limitation for teleportation. But like the how powerful this teleportation ability really just depends on like what limitations are in place for the superpower. What other really good uses are there for teleportation? Obviously, it's like, oh, now I don't need to drive to work or to school anymore. I can obviously teleport straight to there. That's like obviously something really useful that you can use teleportation for. If you wanted to use teleportation, maybe not to be evil, but like to break the law or to like take advantage of things. You could steal from things very easily with teleportation. Like, oh look, I can see this thing that I want across the glass in this store. I'll just teleport it to myself. Or like, I know there's a bank that I want to steal from. I'll just teleport all the money from the bank out of it to myself. So like, you could obviously steal things very easily with teleportation. So I guess that'd be one use for it. So if we can reach 500,000 likes in this video, I'll buy myself a lawnmower. So make sure to like and subscribe to the video, and you'll see me in the next video, because I won't be able to see you. That's how videos work.